This video shows you how to boost your FPS in Fortnite Chapter 6. This new updated Fortnite FPS optimization guide will show you the best Windows, NVIDIA and game settings, as long as a brand new tweaking tool for completely free. Make sure to enter my 15,000 V-Bucks Halloween giveaway from my community Discord server and subscribe for more guides. Now let's get started and optimize your device. First of all, before we do any changes to our system, we're going to go ahead and go into our Windows search bar and we're going to type in restore point. And this is going to show us create a restore point. Click on it and it opens up our system properties, and in here you're going to go ahead and click on the create button. If it's grayed out for you, go to configure, turn on system protection, assign some space, apply, okay, select your drive here. Now click on create and set any name. For example, we could set it to FPS Boost. And what this does is, while this creates a restore point, this pretty much saves all our settings. For some reason anything messes up, it's already done. Our system can be restored within a single click, so you don't have to worry about anything. And now we're good to go to do any adjustments. Now let's start by going into our settings. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the gaming tab here. Click on gaming, game bar. And here you're going to see allow your controller to open game bar. No, we don't want this. Set this to off. We don't want the game bar at all. It just uses performance of our system. Same goes for the capture thing here. Make sure this is all turned off. It just uses performance, or maybe it even clips in the background for you and saves clips into your videos and captures folder by default. So make sure this is turned off. And still, while we're in the gaming tab, go to game mode and make sure this game mode thing is turned on. We're going to continue in the system tab. Go on system, display. And in here, I want you to check for your main monitor that you go into advanced display and that you check the refresh rate here. I knew some people who actually had this on 60 or 75. So make sure to check this. And where we're already in the display tab, scroll all the way down to graphics. And you're going to click on Fortnite and change your GPU preference. At the moment, even for me, it was wrong. It was set to let Windows decide, but I don't want this. I always want high performance, so it uses my GPU. And this way we can actually enforce it uses our GPU. By the way, if you don't got Fortnite in this list here, click on add desktop app, and this is going to open up this prompt where we have to select where the game is located. So by default, and in my case, it's on C, program files, Epic Games, Fortnite, Fortnite game, binaries, Win64, and in here we got the Fortnite client Win64 shipping executable file. Simply highlight it, double click on it, click on add, and this way you will also have it in this list. Right below it is optimization for Windows games. Make sure this is turned off. There's literally no reason why you should play your games in Windows instead of full screen. Maybe Windows full screen, but never in Windows standalone. So make sure this is turned off. Before we're gonna leave this graphics tab, make sure that if you go on advanced graphics settings, hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is turned on. This is pretty important. And while we were doing this, I just noticed that a bunch of things actually changed UI wise in my newest Windows version. So if you don't got this or it looks different for you, make sure to check your Windows updates. This is also something I recommend to everybody. Always check if there are system updates to ensure you're on the latest state. So once you've done this, we're gonna go ahead and go into our control panel. Open this up, close your settings, we're done there. Click on hardware and sound, power options, and now for me it's currently set to high performance. For you it's probably on balanced, which is set by default. And now this setting is for people who don't got overheating issues, so if you got overheating issues, don't do this. Otherwise, go ahead and set your plan to high performance or ultimate performance. I know this setting isn't available for every device. And there's also my custom optimized power plan, which I'm offering on my Discord for completely free. So go ahead, make sure to join the community Discord server, and in here just click on the performance channel. If you don't see it, simply right click on the channel icon, click on show all channels, and then you should see this performance channel, and you can download this Frost Ultimate Plan.batch file. And I just downloaded it, and you just have to right click on it, run it as administrator, run. And for all the people who don't trust this, you can also go ahead and edit this and see everything what this batch file does, so it's safe to use, and click on run as administrator, run. Printed all available power plans, automatically applied this. If you see that this setting specified does not exist, don't worry, it varies from system to system, but it automatically chooses what's best for your device. You should see success, Frost Ultimate Power Plan has been applied. If you see any error, it couldn't find any existing plans or something, make sure that your operating system is set to display language as English, United States. And once you've done this, we can go ahead and press enter to exit. And if we now open up the power option, you should immediately see that the Frost Ultimate Plan is there and also automatically applied. Next thing I want you to check is in system configuration. So open this up by clicking on it, search for system configuration, go to services, and in here I can't really tell you which services to deactivate now, since I don't know which apps you installed on your device. I want you to check from all the running applications, which you can filter by clicking on status. This filters all the running applications to be on top and after each other in the sequence. Check if all of these actually have to run. If you maybe install some apps over the time which are bloating your device or actually don't need to run in the background, you can also check this in your task manager, but I feel like this is way better. Make sure to check this out. If you're also using wallpaper engine just as me, I recommend that everybody, if you're gaming, either pauses this is down here in the taskbar, and then right click on the wallpaper engine icon and click on pause, or quit the whole thing, since this actually has a huge effect on the performance of your device. So with that being said, we're almost done in the Windows settings. Of course, there are some things like if you go into your storage settings, you can clean up also your temp files, which I recommend everybody to do at least once a month. I recently did it for another video, but if you're now checking upgrade log files, delivery optimization files, actually come up to 2 GB, and while this isn't that much right now, you might have tens of gigabytes in here, so make sure to clean this at least once. I can also clean up my recycle bin. The only thing I recommend you to uncheck is downloads, because a lot of people actually have important things in their downloads folder, so this actually deletes the whole downloads folder and clears it. So with that being said, we can move on to my special tool Frozen Tweaks, which is linked down in the description, this is the light version, so this is completely free. And if you don't want to install this thing, use the timestamps in this video and go ahead to the NVIDIA settings or the game settings directly. But I want you to show this since it actually helps a lot of people. So just get it from the link in the description and double click on this, confirm that you want to run it as administrator, and you're going to see this screen. And now you can simply do power changes, which we already did. So I can skip this and I can use my arrow keys on the keyboard to move up and down, just as stated here. You can optimize our input, our power scheme, our scheduler, our full screen mode, display, USB network, game settings, debloat our system, and stuff like that. So while you're watching this, there might be even more options, or it might be optimized. This is actually the first version, as I promised in my last video. I'll keep updating this now, so make sure to join the community Discord server to always see when I update this tool. You can optimize your device even more for completely free, so make sure to check this out. I really recommend it to everybody, and it's completely safe to use. And since we already did the power changes in this video, I'm just going to click on input since I want to optimize my input. Here's also always a small description what this actually does, so I just click on enter, and now it says done. Press enter to return to the main menu. It's pretty easy to use. I feel like you don't need any more explanation from my side. You can also just go all the way down if you want to optimize your whole system the best as you can do and don't want to do all of these manually. You can run all save tweaks, click on enter, and now it optimized our system completely. All the things in there. That's done. Press enter, and we can return to the main menu. Now the only additional things I want to show you is the debloat option for Chris Tito's WinUtil and the Windows 10 debloater. These are actual things which are not in this directly. I just embedded them into the software since I feel like these are pretty cool. They are open source on GitHub, so you can also check them out. I will also link them down below for credits. But if you select this in here, you're going to see it loads for a few seconds and then opens up this window. Let's get this into foreground. And now you're going to see that it offers a lot of things. You can go ahead in the tweaks tab and see essential tweaks, advanced tweaks. You can choose the recommended settings by clicking on minimal or standard, or actually read. They all optimize your system. But if you want to learn more about them, simply hover above the question mark and click on it. And it's going to open up this, what it does, and with an explanation and the actual code. So this is pretty cool. It's completely free. Make sure to check it out. Shout out to Chris Titus for this awesome tool. And if you selected all of these things which you want to do, click on run tweaks and confirm it. My personal recommendations is actually to use the standard thing. You can uncheck the restore point creation since we already did this, but this is completely up to you. Make sure to leave any checkbox unchecked since you could mess up things on your device. So for the common user, I recommend you to just keep this unchecked and then hit run tweaks as I just mentioned. Next thing is the Windows 10 debloater, and same thing as for the last thing. You just select it, and after a few seconds, it opens up this separate window, Windows 10 debloater. We can disable Cortana, the voice assistant of Microsoft, which nobody actually uses, and it's also by default running in the background and bloats the system. We can also remove all bloatware, with custom block list and stuff like that, enable the dark theme. Also a pretty cool tool. So once you've done all these changes in Frozen Tweaks Lite, go ahead, go on exit. Now the last thing in our Windows settings before we continue with the NVIDIA settings is in the task manager. Go on the startup apps tab right there, and then go through all the apps you installed and check if you actually want them to auto launch on boot. Actually, if every single app has status to be disabled on launch, so I can manually open up my apps I actually use. Maybe some things like Discord or Spotify could be on auto startup since I actually use them every single day. But otherwise, things like Copilot, Teams, this doesn't need to run in the background, and I'm not using it at all. So make sure to decide which ones you want to disable. You can right click on this and click on enable, or use on Windows 11 this enable and disable toggle. Yeah, I just wanted to mention this as well. Now let's continue with the NVIDIA settings. Right click on your desktop, show more options on Windows 11, and click on NVIDIA control panel. This is going to open up our NVIDIA control panel, and we immediately start in the 3D settings tab and under adjust image settings with preview. And by default, this is set to let the 3D application decide, but I want you to enable use my preference emphasizing, and this should also be by default on balance, but we want the best performance. I don't care about quality at all, so move the slider to performance, apply. Next up, go on manage 3D settings, and now you can pretty much copy my settings. I will slowly scroll down and make sure that these are all turned off. Sharpening is also turned off. Make sure that in OpenGL rendering GPU, you actually select your GPU and it's not set to auto. For power management mode, we want to prefer the maximum performance instead. Set the texture filtering quality to high performance. The preferred refresh rate should be set to highest available. And these are pretty much the important settings. Let me just scroll through all of this once again and compare them with your settings. And once you've made these changes, once again, hit the apply button. And now you're already done in the NVIDIA control panel. These are the best NVIDIA control panel settings you can set. But before we launch our game now, another thing which is available on my Discord server are the best game user settings for Fortnite. You can go ahead, once again, performance channel, download the game user settings file. And once you've downloaded this file, to apply these best Fortnite game user settings, hit the Windows R button. You're going to see this window, and in here you enter %local app data %/Fortnite game /saved/config /Windows client. I'll also put this down in the description so you can immediately copy and paste it into this. Hit OK. And this opens our Windows client folder. Here you can see I currently already got a game user settings file, but we're going to override this with the best ones possible. So I'm just going to drag this file from my desktop in here, replace the file, and there we go. We successfully set the best game user settings file. Once in the Fortnite lobby, we're going to check our settings. So go ahead, go into your settings and set your Windows mode to full screen. In my case, I set this to Windows full screen just for this video, since otherwise I can't return in a proper resolution for you. So if I set it to full screen or on windowed mode. Some pros actually play with windowed full screen. On full screen, you have less input delay. I recommend everybody full screen. Resync should be off. Your frame rate limit should actually be not on unlimited and rather one setting above the max refresh rate of your monitor. So in my case, I got it 240 Hz. Rendering mode should obviously be on performance or DirectX 11, but never on 12. I'm using the deprecated mode, which is like performance mode, but uses DirectX 11 as also stated on the right in the infos. The 3D resolution is currently set to 99%, but I recommend you to decrease it to around like 70, 75. This is actually also based on your personal preference, since maybe some people have issues with seeing things properly if you put it on too low. So go for around 70, 75 is my personal recommendation. Dynamic 3D resolution should be turned off as long as view distance should be set to near, textures low, mesh is low. You could enable show FPS, but in general it doesn't matter. NVIDIA reflex low latency should be set to on plus boost. And this is pretty much it. You successfully tweaked your device for the best performance possible. Of course, there's still some things I will either put in the newer version of my tweaking tool or also in my next tutorial, so make sure to subscribe to this channel. I will do some more in-depth guides very soon, and also update my free tool, so make sure to turn on post notifications to not miss this. If you got any questions, either drop them in the comment section or join the community Discord server. There's also currently a 15,000 V-Bucks giveaway, as well you also mentioned in the intro. With that being said, I wish everybody a great day, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.